I'm here on the floor of the North American International Auto Show. Now this thing is held every year in Detroit, which of course is the Big Three's backyard. One of the things we were tasked to do, pick our highlights and our lowlights. Away you go, guys.
This has to be the easiest show ever to pick the best of because it's the Chevy Silverado. The new truck is bigger, longer, wider, and it comes with a 3-liter diesel. At a time when a lot of people are shying away from diesel, Chevy's rushing into it. Good for you. A pickup truck that's bigger, it's got more power, more towing capability, and it's got a diesel, that's a winning formula. Most disappointing of the show has to be the new Volkswagen Jetta. Here's a company that is on the comeback, yes, indeed, and they're trying very hard. But they didn't try hard enough with the Jetta. This is a really popular car, but the old one was a little bit boring. The new one, it's a little bit boring too. And it's even got the same old engine that the old one had. Volkswagen definitely could have done better.
Now my highlight of the North American International Auto Show, and this probably comes as a function of age, was actually the Toyota Avalon. Now in the past it's been a perennial snorefest. The current model, sharp looks and an interior to die for, and it promises to be more powerful and more fuel efficient. That made it my pick as a highlight. The low light, quite simply the Hyundai Veloster. That car does not have any velocity, and it certainly isn't a roadster, which is where the name is derived from. Quite frankly, it was a dud when it was launched, and it's a dud after its remake. However, my opinion might just change when the 275 horsepower N arrives towards the end of this year.
As much as I would love to say my pick of the 2018 Detroit Auto Show was the mid-engine Corvette, it didn't happen. Again. So my stand-in is going to be the new Bullitt Mustang. It's got some cool retro touches, a good V8 and a 6-speed manual topped by a cool white cue ball shifter. What's not to like? On the minus side of things, I think the BMW X2 was the biggest miss of the show. It's a front drive based chassis. It's kind of one of those ungainly crossover tall hatchback things. I just think it's another dilution of the BMW brand. The ultimate driving machine is apparently history.
For me, cars are all about design. So my pick of the show is the new Mercedes G-Wagon, simply because they've taken an icon and they've remade it into something new. It doesn't look a whole lot different, but that's what I love about it. They managed to make just a couple of tweaks and yet still maintain the essence of this iconic design. My miss of the show is the new Acura RDX prototype. That's simply because the styling for me is a little bit too bold. The front end with the Pentagon grille is just way too out there, and the rear end has creases going up and down and all over, and it looks way too busy. In my opinion, it's over-designed.
This year's Detroit Auto Show is ostensibly a truck show, but my best in show has to be the 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. It is the epitome of cool. Dark green paint, torque thrust style black wheels, more power, more torque, a bunch of performance upgrades, and you can only get it with a 6-speed manual. That is what I'm talking about. My miss of the show has to be the BMW X2. First and foremost, it's a front-wheel drive based BMW. It's basically a BMW version of the Mini Cooper Countryman. What's the point of the X2?
My winner for the 2018 North American International Auto Show here in Detroit is BMW's X2. Now never mind that it's wonkily named, it's called a sports activity coupe, and it looks more or less like a station wagon. But dressed up in 20-inch dubs and lowered like it is, it's one sexy sport utility vehicle. My pick for the loser here at the Detroit Auto Show is the auto show itself. Unfortunately, it's been greatly diminished this year. There's only about 10 or 12 introductions. No less than The Economist magazine actually put out a note this morning saying how the Detroit Auto Show is falling behind all other auto shows in North America and the world. Truth be told, the Detroit Auto Show is getting a little boring.
So there you have it, the highlights and the lowlights from this year's 2018 North American International Auto Show. I'm Graham Fletcher for Driving.ca.